Welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? You're a student, navigating that wild roller coaster of classes, looming assignments, maybe a part-time gig, and hopefully some semblance of a social life. Then around dinner time, that familiar, maybe kind of dreaded question hits. What am I going to eat tonight?
Oh, yeah.
And it's usually followed by that internal groan. I have no time, no money, and definitely no energy to cook something decent.
Forget nutritious. Sometimes just decent feels like Mount Everest after a double lecture.
Totally been there.
We've all been there. The pressure to, fuel yourself properly without breaking the bank or sacrificing precious study or sleep, time feels like an impossible puzzle.
It really does.
But here's the thing. What if the solution wasn't just simple, but actually, magic? Today, we're unveiling the secret weapon for every student's kitchen arsenal. Quick student pasta. Ooh!
It's not just a dish. It's a strategic ally. Okay, let's unpack this. Our source for this deep dive is a fantastic, comprehensive guide from the One Touch Food Culinary Center's blog. Specifically their article, Quick Student Pasta Easy, Cheap, and Ready in 15 Minutes, published June 14th, 2025.
Right.
Our mission for you today is to extract the most practical, budget-saving, and genuinely delicious nuggets from this guide. We're going to show you how pasta isn't just a fallback meal, but maybe your true academic and culinary champion, designed to keep you fed, focused, and frugal.
What's truly fascinating here is how the source material doesn't just, list recipes. It really zeroes in on why pasta stands out as an almost essential choice for students. It frames it not just as convenience, but as a smart foundational decision for managing your whole student experience. The article highlights several key reasons why pasta isn't just a meal, but arguably the meal for students.
Okay, like what?
Well, first, the sheer affordability. I mean, dry pasta is genuinely one of the cheapest staples you can buy. It provides a substantial base for minimal cost. Then, the speed factor. Most of these dishes, as we'll explore, are ready in under 30 minutes. Some impressively clock in at just 15.
Wow, 15 minutes. That's less time than scrolling TikTok.
Exactly. But it goes beyond just being fast and cheap. Pasta is incredibly versatile. It's like a blank canvas. It welcomes an endless variety of sauces, fresh or frozen vegetables, any protein you can think of.
Right.
And for those living away from home, in dorms or shared apartments, the long shelf life of dry pasta is a huge, often underestimated bonus.
Oh yeah, stocking up is key.
It stores for months, meaning you can grab it during sales and always have a meal foundation ready. And crucially, when paired thoughtfully with healthy ingredients, even simple ones, it's a fantastic energy source. Provides those complex carbs you need for sustained mental and physical performance.
So it's not just about stopping the hunger pangs, is it? It's like actively contributing to your academic and social energy levels.
Precisely.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, these simple food choices aren't just about satisfying hunger. They're about effectively managing your time, sticking to your budget, and maintaining your overall well-being. And that directly translates to having the energy and focus you need for everything from acing an exam to actually enjoying downtime with friends. It's a foundational element of student success, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Think of it as investing in your own well-being with every bowl. You're freeing up mental bandwidth and actual time that would otherwise be spent worrying about or prepping complex meals. It's a strategic life hack, really.
Totally. And you're going to love the variety we're about to explore. The article really caters to every craving, stating whether you prefer classic Italian flavors, creamy textures, or spicy kicks, you'll find something that suits your taste.
Yeah, that's promising.
This isn't just about plain spaghetti with butter, though. We'll cover a deliciously elevated version of that, too. We're talking about everything from super quick classics to brilliant one-pot wonders that cut down on cleanup.
Always a win.
And even microwave marvels perfect for those tiny dorm rooms with no stove in sight. Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's get into these recipes and discover the hidden power in each one. Okay, first up, let's talk about what the guide calls the ultimate minimalist champion, the classic garlic butter pasta.
A classic for a reason.
Right. This one is a true lifesaver for those days when your fridge is looking, sparse, and your energy is just non-existent. The source says it requires minimal ingredients and takes less than 15 minutes to prepare.
Yep.
That sounds like student meal nirvana. But what's the actual hack here, beyond just the ingredients? Is there a trick?
You're right to ask about the hack. because it's more than just a recipe, it's a principle. The insight here is about leveraging pantry staples for maximum flavor with minimum effort.
Okay.
This dish teaches you that a few aromatics, like garlic, can completely transform a simple carb into something deeply comforting and satisfying. It's about building a foundational flavor profile.
Right, right.
You're looking at just like 200 grams of your favorite pasta, maybe 3 tablespoons of butter, a few cloves of minced garlic, maybe some red pepper flakes if you like a little kick, Parmesan, salt, pepper, and maybe some fresh parsley if you have it.
Gotcha. So how do you make it great?
The key is gentle sautéing. Cook your pasta, right? Then melt butter in a pan over low heat. Add the minced garlic and let it become fragrant, but not brown and bitter. That's the most common mistake people make.
Guilty.
Yeah. A little patience here pays off big time. Then add your pepper flakes if using. Toss everything together with the pasta, seasoning, and cheese. Done. It's a quick, comforting go-to that hits the spot without any fuss, proving that simple can be pretty spectacular.
So the secret is really in the technique, like not rushing the garlic. I've definitely burned garlic more times than I care to admit, trying to speed things up.
We've all done it.
But that makes sense, building a good base. Okay, what if you're a student who loves this idea of minimalist cooking, but the thought of a mountain of dishes afterwards is enough to make you just order takeout?
Ah, yes, the cleanup dread. Well, that's a fantastic segue, because the guide's next recommendation directly addresses that major student challenge, cleanup.
Oh, good.
The one-pot creamy tomato pasta is a total game changer. This recipe isn't just fast, it's a brilliant innovation because everything, and I mean everything, cooks in a single pot.
Everything. Seriously.
Seriously. For students who often lack large kitchen spaces, dishwashers, or simply the motivation for scrubbing, minimizing washing up is a monumental win.
Less washing up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Especially if you're in a shared kitchen, that's a massive bonus.
Exactly.
But I've heard some people say one-pot pastas can sometimes be a bit, I don't know, soggy. Or the pasta doesn't cook evenly. How does this recipe ensure a great texture and flavor when it's all just thrown in together?
That's a crucial question, and the genius of this one-pot method, beyond saving dishes, is how it allows a pasta to cook in the sauce. Yeah, it absorbs all those delicious flavors right from the get-go. It's not just about convenience, it's about building deeper flavor profiles with less fuss. The recipe uses penne pasta, a can of diced tomatoes, heavy cream, olive oil, garlic, Italian seasoning, and some water.
Yeah.
You start by quickly sautéing the garlic, then add the tomatoes and seasoning, stir in the cream, your uncooked pasta, and the exact amount of water specified in the recipe.
The exact amount, right? That's key.
That's the trick. The precise liquid ratio and using a lid covering the pot creates steam that cooks the pasta perfectly while it simmers in that rich, developing sauce.
Okay, makes sense.
Once the pasta is tender and the sauce has thickened, stir in Parmesan and maybe some fresh basil if you have it. The result is a creamy, flavorful dish with perfectly cooked pasta, all from one pot. It's a smart way to cook when convenience and flavor are, paramount.
That makes so much sense, cooking the pasta directly in the sauce for maximum flavor absorption. Okay, so we've got comfort food covered and now minimal cleanup covered. But what about those days when you've had back-to-back lectures, maybe a geo session, and you feel like you just need a serious protein hit, but the thought of cooking raw meat is just, too much effort?
Absolutely. That's a classic student dilemma, right? And the guide brilliantly tackles it with the spicy tuna pasta.
Tuna pasta, okay.
This isn't just a quick recipe. It's a strategic move for efficient protein intake. Canned tuna is like a superhero for students, incredibly inexpensive, packed with protein, and crucially, requires no extra cooking.
Right, just open the can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a protein powerhouse that transforms spaghetti from a simple carb into a genuinely satisfying, energy-sustaining meal ready almost as fast as the pasta cooks itself.
That sounds fantastic, especially for a post-workout meal.
Yeah.
But how spicy are we talking here? And for students who might not be huge fans of tuna or maybe want to try a vegetarian spin, are there any simple swaps that maintain that quick, high-protein idea?
Great questions. The spicy element comes from red pepper flakes, so you can easily adjust that to your taste, a pinch for a general warmth, or more if you want a real kick.
Customizable.
Nice. Totally. The recipe calls for spaghetti, canned tuna in oil. The oil adds extra flavor and richness. Olive oil, garlic, red pepper flakes, half cherry tomatoes, and some salt, pepper, and fresh parsley.
Okay, simple enough.
And the process is dead simple. Cook your pasta, While that's happening, in a pan, heat olive oil, saute the garlic and red pepper flakes until fragrant, then add the cherry tomatoes for just a few minutes until they start to burst.
Bursting tomatoes.
Yeah. Then stir in the drained tuna. Finally, toss this flavorful mix with the cooked spaghetti. As for swaps, if tuna isn't your jam, drained canned chickpeas or lentils are fantastic vegetarian alternatives.
Oh, good idea.
They still offer a good protein punch and keep the no-cook protein aspect. The core is using that olive oil, garlic, and cherry tomato base with pasta, then stirring in your pre-cooked protein of choice. It's incredibly versatile for customizing to your pantry and preferences.
That adaptability is so key for students. And speaking of adaptability, what about those situations where you don't even have a stove? Like maybe you're in a dorm room or your kitchen is just perpetually occupied by roommates? Is there a pasta solution for that level of minimalist cooking?
You've hit on a really common student hurdle, yeah. And the guide brilliantly provides a true innovation: cheesy mac and cheese in a mug. In a mug. This directly addresses the limitations of many student living situations. The source explicitly states this recipe is perfect for dorm living since it only requires a microwave.
Wow.
This isn't just a convenience. It's empowering students with extremely limited resources to cook a hot, comforting meal.
Okay, wow. Mac and cheese from a mug in a microwave. That sounds like a dream for anyone without a full kitchen setup. But I'm a little skeptical. How do you get the pasta to cook properly in a microwave without it turning into, like, a solid block or overflowing everywhere?
Yeah, valid skepticism.
There has to be a trick to the water ratio and timing, right?
You're right. There is a trick, and it's all in the precise measurements and timing the guide provides. You'll need about half a cup of elbow macaroni, 3/4 of a cup of water, half a cup of shredded cheese, maybe a 1/4 cup of milk, and salt and pepper.
Okay.
The key is using a large microwave-safe mug. Don't skimp on mug size to avoid those messy boilovers.
Big mug.
Big mug. You combine the macaroni and water in that mug, microwave it for about 4 minutes, then, and this is crucial, stir it halfway through. That prevents sticking and ensures even cooking.
This serve.
After that, you add the cheese, milk, salt, and pepper and microwave for another minute or so until the cheese melts into this glorious, creamy sauce. Stir it all up, and you have a hot, comforting meal. It's ingenious in its simplicity and perfectly tailored for those with minimal cooking gear, turning a microwave into a legit cooking tool.
That is a total game changer for dorm dwellers. Seriously. It really expands what you can even consider cooking as a student. Okay, and rounding out our main 5 detailed recipes, we have pesto pasta with cherry tomatoes. Another super simple option, but what's the core aha moment or strategic benefit this one offers to students?
The aha here is really the power of a ready-made sauce. The article points out that pesto is essentially a pre-made flavor bomb,
Right.
which is absolutely key for speed and minimal effort. You're not spending time chopping loads of herbs or making a complex sauce from scratch. You're leveraging a high-quality, convenient ingredient to elevate your meal instantly. It's about smart shortcuts that don't compromise on taste.
I love that smart shortcuts. That's truly the student mantra, isn't it?
Pretty much.
But sometimes store-bought pesto can be a bit, well, strong or maybe oily. Are there any tips to balance that out or to make this dish feel a little fresher if you're using jarred pesto?
Absolutely. And the beauty of this recipe is its simplicity and flexibility. You just cook your pasta of choice, right? Then in a pan, heat some olive oil and quickly saute those cherry tomatoes until they just start to blister.
Love that.
That brings out their natural sweetness and juiciness. Toss in the cooked pasta, then add the pesto. Now, if your pesto feels a bit too oily or intense, here's a great tip. Reserve about a 1/4 cup of your pasta cooking water before you drain it.
Okay.
Then add a splash of that starchy water to the pan with the pesto and pasta. The starch in the water helps emulsify the pesto, creating a creamier, more balanced coating for your pasta rather than just oily.
The magic pasta water trick.
That's the one. Season it, garnish with Parmesan if you like, and you've got a fresh, vibrant, and delicious meal that literally takes minutes. No complex sauces needed, just smart ingredient pairing.
That pasta water trick is definitely a pro chef secret I wish I knew back in my student days. Seriously. It just shows how a tiny bit of knowledge can elevate even the simplest dishes.
It really can.
And beyond these 5, the guide also teases a few more quick student pasta recipes, which really demonstrates the incredible breadth of possibilities once you grasp these fundamental principles.
Indeed. They briefly mention chicken Alfredo pasta, which is creamy and protein-packed, often using pre-cooked chicken for speed, which is smart,
Mm.
a vegetable stir-fry pasta for a healthy way to add more greens, and, importantly, use up leftover veggies.
Good for budgets.
Exactly. A zesty lemon garlic shrimp pasta for a slightly fancier but still quick option, maybe using frozen shrimp. And crucially, baked ziti, which they highlight as perfect for meal prepping and
Oh,
leftovers.
meal prep is huge for students.
Totally. These brief mentions just broaden the horizon, showing that once you master these basic principles, efficiency, affordability, versatility, you can easily adapt and expand your pasta repertoire. You can suit different tastes, different needs, from a quick single meal to something that can sustain you for days.
So we've covered a fantastic range, haven't we? From the super speedy classic garlic butter pasta and the one-pot convenience of creamy tomato pasta,
Yep.
to the protein-packed spicy tuna pasta, the dorm-friendly cheesy mac and cheese in a mug, and the simple elegance of pesto pasta. And then those other great ideas like baked ziti for meal prep.
A great lineup.
The core message from this deep dive is crystal clear. Pasta truly is an excellent, maybe the excellent meal choice for students seeking quick, delicious, and affordable options.
It really seems to tick all the boxes.
By incorporating these recipes and, their underlying principles into your weekly meal plan, you can genuinely enjoy home-cooked meals without breaking the bank or spending hours you don't have in the kitchen.
Right.
It's all about working smarter, not harder, in the kitchen, just like you try to do with your studies, right? It frees up time and mental energy for what truly matters to you.
And this raises an important question, doesn't it? Beyond just these specific recipes, consider how mastering these basic, quick prep skills for pasta can be a foundational step for developing broader culinary confidence.
That's a great point.
The source specifically highlighted baked ziti as perfect for meal prepping and leftovers, which isn't just about one dish, it's about learning an approach to cooking that maximizes efficiency and minimizes waste. That's a life skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, think about this. How can these simple, quick student pasta principles, efficiency, affordability, adaptability, how can they be extended? Could these skills be the gateway to experimenting with more complex dishes? Maybe exploring different cuisines?
Maybe you become the potluck hero.
Exactly. Maybe you become the designated chef among friends for potlucks because you've learned how to make something delicious, easy, and impressive that everyone loves. These easy meals aren't just about feeding yourself today. They're about cultivating life skills and habits that will serve you long after your student years are over. Perhaps inspiring you to explore other ideas the source hinted at, like those 10 easy one-pan student meals or quick vegetarian meals. The kitchen, even for a busy student, can truly be a place of empowerment and creative expression. And maybe it all starts with a simple, budget-friendly bowl of pasta. What will you create next?